Hey everyone, it's another week of Top Decks, and this is literally the week before Buddy Fight is released. So I don't know how it'll look next week, but I don't know how popular it is in Japan, at least. It seems to be pretty popular in like the West, and Singapore is like super popular, but in Japan, I don't know actually. I'm actually curious. So there's that coming on. In like 2 weeks, we also get the news. Like 2 weeks after that, I think we get set 10 as well, which seems like it'd also be pretty good. We'll be finding out what the new Liael does, which might be a game changer. So far, I feel like the cards have been relatively tame. We saw the Drajeweled card, new Drajeweled, which seems like a nice like grade 3 that you ride before your grade 4 Ignis. So I don't know, I feel like Drajeweled still very popular. With a few cards, it could be pretty relevant, just because it's got like a nice back row retire. It's got some nice like pressure. Having triple drive is always relevant in the meta. So I don't know, seems like there's a lot of things going on there. This week there is also no Kelvin. He is busy with life, so it's just gonna be me, I think, for a couple of weeks, and then he'll be back. So that's it. Anyway, let's kind of jump into it. This week will be relatively quick. I think there's a lot of the usual suspects out there, let's put it that way. So first off, we do have one Shiranui from Japan. A pretty normal build here. Somehow still surviving like 20 ban lists, even though the last ban list didn't exactly hit it. It was one of the few decks running the 4 defending roll build, but it's running it's some extra inclusions that I'm not 100% sure like why you'd put in, but it is what it is. Topped the locals, did well at locals, didn't do much anywhere else though. Right, 4 Shiranui is still something that cannot be replicated. Next, we do have one Kotihblaze. This is actually just the Japanese one. We do get some of the supports coming out. I think this week we also get our ace units. We get our festival collection. So it also means this specific support for Kotihblaze. I think we get this. Or I don't know if we get this. I don't know. Do we get this? We get like Blaster Blade the Vanguard, right? So we finally get that PR. It took like 20 years, but we finally got it. But do we get this? I don't think we do, which is crazy because we have the Nebula Knights one that we also will have probably difficulties getting. But if we do, it's good. I haven't really super checked the contents of Festival Collection. I think there were some changes in English, but I don't think they were like so significant that they gave like another PR, right? But this is from U5 Patakin. First place was Rezael with the Kotihblaze. And yeah, good job. So we also have some Shoujo Dojis. Not Shoujo Dojis. We're going back to the, maybe we should call it stealth again, because we have the snake, right? Snake, but on the Shoujo Doji. Remember when Shoujo Doji was bad? So everyone ran the snake, but now then we lost the snake. Shoujo Doji became good, and they had to hit it. So now it looks like people trying snake again. Running some interesting grade 3s, and also probably not a full complement of the Persona ride. So I guess we're going slam and jam, going face, making L's and giving it to your opponents, right? So yeah, it's new grade 3. I've never seen this before. Running the Kotihblaze, what you call it, the order, right? Unfortunately they piled it up, so I can't exactly see all the numbers. But yeah, running snake, and then after that we have Nodi from, I guess it's at locals. It looks Vietnamese, but yeah, it is Shoujo Doji. So they got top 4 there, and it's running pretty standard Shoujo Doji, I would like to say, right? Looks pretty standard so far. Nothing crazy, no snakes popping out. So pretty good. Also running the new Regulus piece, which I guess is pretty good. Like sometimes when you lose Shoujo Doji cards in the bin, it's hard to get them back. But also not a full Shoujo Doji count. Like you get 3. I guess you get it back, right? So you kind of just keep on recycling. So you don't need 4 Shoujo Dojis. You can just like kind of sneak some extra sneak extra text in, or extra slots in. After that, we do have our lists of Bavs. What can I say? Like it's still top deck. We've seen a new card from the anime that will probably keep on making this top deck for a while. You know, it'll be 2026, and even 2027, maybe even 2028, and Bavs Saga is still tier 1. Like, why would you not make it tier 1? This is actually no, they're not making enough money from Bavs Saga if it's still tier 1, so they'll probably hit it. But yeah, it's a deck that everyone likes. It looks nice. Yeah, it's got the aesthetics. Let's keep on printing out like cards so that you know, people keep on playing it, keep on buying the new cards to support their decks. Screw the other decks, right? That's just how it is. Ultimate Cup, so another Bavs Saga 1, right? This is you know, like the OT hit didn't really do anything. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. This is running a different I think this is like the this is the PAL version. Are these PAL builds? Or is that Shen? That's not Shenri, right? Is it Shenri? No, it's 10k. It's 10k. So I think this is the generics. So you can play like. Is it good? I don't know. This seems a bit more of a jankier one. This one won a Card Kingdom, so the Card Kingdom now has the new kind of winning things where they can advertise their store, which is not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea, but yeah, another one. Semeti builds. Cheat Hole in Colombia running full power. So this is English now, so we're on full power Bavs Saga. And yeah, just running through this to tech in the fencing role, right? The defending role. I'm also running Soul Fronts. Soul Fronts seems interesting. But only one Vylord. So are they just playing a Japanese? No, but they've got Drajeweled. So you know, you need to get more Vylords, man. You need more Vylords, 100%. They've got some Blangdmires and Levidras, and then one from Tefda Games. So this is their 3v3 tournament from X3YT9. Yeah, this is a Japanese restriction with the Ace unit though, and then after that also just Karn Amaterasu from TCG Nexus JP side as well. So what it just I feel like the English players, they all know what a Bavs Saga deck looks like. That's just how it is, right? They already know. Slam it in, slam all these cards in, call it a day. Vyrgillia was really popular this week, which is crazy. I think because we get the festival collection, we can build some of this, but we don't get the second trial deck, so we're missing actually pretty important cards. So we're missing the Flare Cosmos here. We're also missing our second order, so we don't get that extra crit pressure. So if we want to play this deck in English, this deck will kind of have to change the build a bit. I think we might be missing a few more. There might be a PR that we don't get, but if we do want to play this, it could be like a tier 2, maybe a tier 3 deck kind of thing, because you're just missing some key pieces that can make life a bit difficult. All right, that those extra cards can kind of change the deal. Like Flare Cosmo, this one is just so good. It just kind of restands. So your column's just hitting like slightly bigger numbers every time. It calls itself out for free, so just a free card on the board. When you're missing like free cards that your deck like creates, it's way significant. Like losing that is like so insane. You look at every single build nowadays, it's just if you miss Flare Cosmos, well they're all running Flare Cosmos, so if you're missing it, it's like life sucks. I think you also miss this grade. You might miss this grade too, actually. I think this come out in the first. This might have come out in the first one. I'm not 100% sure. Like that trial deck was last year now, guys. I'm sorry. Short-term memory, okay? The rest of the cards are there. Like we have the generics. Actually, does one of them come in? Does one of them come in set 9 now? Or was it set 8? No, I think it was set 8, right? I think it was set 8. Set 9 was like... Set 9 was relatively tame. Yeah, was it? Oh man, now that because our sets are so far apart now, I'm forgetting. I'm just, everything is a blur now. Okay, everything is a blur. So yeah, I guess yeah, we don't have Flare Cosmos. That's the big one. Fortunately, these cards are way too small. I can't see the code on them. But yeah, you can run Drajeweled in this deck. Big importance. Big very good skill to have. But yeah, you just need to find a replacement for the Flare Cosmos, which is, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but yeah, you losing out on free cards is huge. It's actually huge. At Tefta Store again, this one was a which list was this? Winners was Vyrgillia. So it's Zayan of the Vyrgillia, And then there was like Hotdan Reki with the Youthberk, and there was an Orfist, Alex with the Orfist. So yeah, okay, so we got the Youthberk, with the new Nebula Knights, with the Galatine as well, you know, Fate Galatine, and the Orfist. Orfist getting a lot of love because the new PR order is like really good. So surprisingly, this just comes back because of the one order. And then Dog got banned. So this is from WGP Season 2 in Singapore. Made it all the way, I think, to top 16. Lost in top 16 because I'm pretty sure the top cut was like top 32. If it was only a top 16 cut, then top 8, right? But yeah, with Vyrgillia, and you can see the usual suspects are there, except it's grade 1. Now, what is this grade 1? Oh no, this is PG. My bad. I can see it now. It's a PG. I was about to go, huh? What is that? It's a PG. But yeah, Flare Cosmos, Shiranui. You got the generic searchers, grade 3 searchers. And yeah, I think this is the PR as well, so very cool, very cool. And then we have one Sybilt deck. I think this is the actual the Pal generic, this the Korokoro like dangerous guys. So the previous one that we saw before, I think that was for the Meteor Flare Dragon. The Buddy Fight guy was for the Meteor Flare Dragon. Reprint, right? Reprint. Did it get reprint? It was just another reprint. So this is just Pal one that combos the order. The Thegir clone, the Thegir generic, because this deck is just generic city, right? You know, you pop this, you play the Persona Shield. These get popped and they go back to your hand because your orders make it so when your stuff gets retired, they go back to your hand. But yeah, it's. I feel like I want to build this deck because it's just kind of, it feels like a fun deck that you don't really need to think too much of. And the starter is like, looks nice, but then again, you can play the starter in every deck, right? So, hey, hey, just do it, Moving on to the dark states, we have one Drajeweled. This recently came out as the master set. I don't know if it's all sold out. I don't know how good the sales are for these master sets. Where Drajeweled running the better of the two. They have a better Regulus piece compared to the Lianorn one. Even though I feel like Lianorn one is easier to play, but Drajeweled is way cooler, guys. That's the real, right? This is from Zephyrantes. They came first place with with Drajeweled, and yeah, and you know, just like this, when you get your Magnus, right? You get your Drajeweled Magnus. You just replace this, and you're good to go. It's just that easy, guys. It's just that easy. Next, we also have like a couple of dolls. This is Josh. They got top 8 Tefta's 3-man tournament with dolls. Yeah, so a nice third deck to play because they team with the Bavs Saga and a Heartlulu. Right? Heartlulu, Bavs Saga, both top decks right now. And Josh went to another tournament and went 3-0 with Direful Dolls. So seems pretty good, right? Dolls doing nice. Well, Josh doing nice. Dolls also doing nice because Josh was playing, right? The player, not the deck. We have Odium as well. So JP Odium, not much changes, you know. I guess they have is this a Persona Shield, dude? They have a Persona Shield, and that's good. They have the thing that like gets their Destroyer Bane from order, right? So I think the grade 1 is it. So nice little buff there. Moose Cake, a third at Kai's Card and Collectibles box tournament with Odium. And yeah, we got the usual suspects with just one of the ace units, and then there you go, right? There you go. Blangdmire. So actually, not that much Blangdmire. I feel like Blangdmire just totally disappeared once Heartlulu came out. This is a JP1 running a kind of Ford Revoltus with the Philia, so a big kind of rush tech there. I've been testing the Philia builds without the Fords, and it's surprisingly fun, even though you don't run the like kind of the boost hostage stuff anymore to make those massive columns. Being able to just like bash face feels pretty good. You have to think less. You never miss going like, oh, I forgot to declare boost kind of thing. I just put a card down, it gets power, I'll probably restand with it, or I'll just bash with it and then just eventually win. So I actually like this. I don't know about this though. It seems like it'll still work pretty well. Like Ford Revoltus with Philia seems fine. You just don't have any orders that confirm your kind of Philia's proccing at later stages in the game. Like you're relying on your Blangdmire to just do enough removal to be able to like trigger it. So there's that, right? There's that, but I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Derek, they had a who's the best Vanguard player in WA qualifier, and we have Chair coming first with this one, and it's the it is with the order build, but also running the Filia, so you can get the best of both worlds. You know, you can get the best of both. You just have to find a way to somehow stick it all in, and you can see the sacrifices have been the grade 3 Colossus and the Zamoogs, only running 3 of each. Also running the twin cast instead, and then with the OT is the dark, is that dark OT? Yeah, dark OT. So not running a crit OT. I think crit OT is pretty good though. Yeah. So and then the second place we have a Bavs from Timothy, full power out yet, and then third we have Derek running Drajeweled. So what is his build become now with like the Bifrons, still running the Bifrons, so one Rockagore. But I guess you have like a lot of restands already, so it doesn't really matter. Like so many restands, life is good, right? Yeah, alright, that's good. And then we have the 4th place was another Blangdmire in running. Is this a Filia build? Yeah, only 3 Filia build. Only 2 Zamoog? It's a bit low, right? I think Zamoog's just really good. So, okay. At New and Trongnan, they got top 3 at their Fireworks Festival Cup with Blangdmire Nexus. And this one, this is a 3 guy, like 3 Wizard, 3 Filia, 3 Tizcar, you know, 3, well, they're different cards, so they're running the 3 order package, right? 4 Vadrock, 4 Zamoog, all important cards. And yeah, even more 3. Oh, they're running the Angel Ladder, right? Angel Ladder. Wow. Okay. And then we have Heartlulu. So a lot of the Heartlulu decks, not like it's, most of these Heartlulu decks are pretty the same, right? Except I guess not. This one's running Filia. Do they run Filia? I don't think they always have enough space. You have to like cut some stuff for it, right? So 4 Filias. Oh, you have, because you can run order searches. Is that right? So like, if like for this one, are you running order searches? What are you running? What do they cut for this, or what do they play instead of this? Now I'm curious. Okay, so there's a bunch of one-offs there, and then this one you can still run a bunch of one-offs. So he probably cut something. Now I'm not 100% sure. What did he cut? It's like the one-offs. Look, this guy's having a V pose already, bro is happy. Another one. So yeah, we can see the order searches here. This one a full complement of that, and then was able to run like the one-offs. Here are the 3 one-offs that you're running. Okay, and then another one, Junhao Tsukiharu Station Casual Cup, and yeah, they came number, is it 2? I think it's number 2. Yeah, so they went second against Bav and no PG. So you lose. Sorry. How we go? And this one's going 4 Filias with the 4 slots. So yeah, people are just able to stick it in somehow. They're definitely cutting something somewhere that I'm totally blind to, or I'm just going crazy. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm going crazy. Okay, I'm not Kevin. Sentinel Games Weekly also being able to stick that in with the 3x, and then we got Card Abstraster at TG Nexus again. Posting for Bob with the Heartlulu coming in first, but you know he means business because they got that deluxe generator. All right. Do they not run one of the grade 1s? I'm so curious. They are running like the block and the dude, right? The bunny, right? Block and the bunny. Oh my god. So there's definitely more slots because they're gonna run 3 and then 2 more and then 2 Filias. So maybe I'm just tripping. Right? Yeah, maybe I'm just tripping. Oh no, I am tripping. They're running these. This is the generic grade 2, right? Okay, yeah. I'm going crazy, guys. I'm going crazy. Second was Kanajung with the Vyrgillia. Third was Nier with Varga. We haven't seen Varga today at all. Okay, there's been hardly any Dragon Empire. And then fourth was Metaman. Yeah, that's right. Metaman of the Heartlulu. He knows what's going on. We have one MLB, right? This is buildable for us now. We finally have the grade 2. Well, they're all grade 2 plus. We have this dude. You see, very blurry, but very good. Okay, but we don't have this anymore yet. So if you want to Keter pilot, well, they're not even Keter piloting it, to be real. They're just running a good card now with Surgions. So that's that, right? One Rezael as well. This is Illusion, got 3rd place at locals on Sunday. And this is is this full power Rezael that you can play in JP. They never, I don't think, did they ever get to play? I don't think they ever got to, maybe they got to play for like one tournament, or maybe not. But this is max power Keter. You got the Keter Pal rocking up here. And then you have the chicken with the dog, right? So this combo not available in Japan, available to us, right? You gotta max power this, and then usually I feel like you kind of want to run the hostage, like one hostage order, just so you can kind of snake out against all the Blangdmires that you might fight against. But yeah, pretty crazy, very strong. One Liael. So this is the hurrah before we finally get the grade 3 in like in maybe like a couple of hours after this thing is published. So we'll see if this becomes. I've seen people go, is this the, oh my god, this is the high rarity version, right? The alternate art. So I think I've seen places try to buy this for a lot of money now. They're doing the speculation prices, you know. They're already hoping the card is going to be broken, so they're pre-buying the cards. They're also pre-buying the Gabriellas, by the way, in Japan. So you might want to hold on to these. And then the Mordalian, we've got the Undercover stuff. This guy is running the Deer Days generator, which is probably the most best thing to come out of Deer Days, is that it has a nice looking generator. Yeah, that's yeah, I went out of my way to say that. Not a Deer Days 2 disc, not at all, totally not at all, guys. Come on. But yeah, there's an Undercover deck here as well. Then we also have the Alden. So there's actually a couple of Aldens this week. I'm not sure if anything has changed. I guess the new Galatine's pretty good. Like this thing, I think they're just sticking it into every single like Keter deck. I feel like Keter is the deck where they have so many good random generics and PRs that like you build a Keter deck and you kind of stick all these good cards everywhere, because you have the Surgions that you're sticking it everywhere. I'm surprised this guy's not running the Nebula Knights order, but it's like just, I mean, Keter. Here we go. So the Galatine, we have the dog, all right, the Surgion. We also have the Nebula Knights. This is the perfect example of the new Keter Pal, right? We have an old Keter Pal. This is a new Keter Pal. They don't really work together all the time though, right? Like this works with your Vanguard restander. This just works. And this just works too. I guess getting this works really well too. So it's like I don't know. It just seems crazy. Like this works in the drop, right? So this is just a perfect discard fodder for your ride line all the time. It's like, why would you not do it? You know, discard it, and then it gets itself back at grade 3. So you can always it's just always value. You always get a free card. You know, well, not really free, but like you're already better than every other. Yeah. So I don't know what to say. And then we have another Alden. This is another Alden, right? Are you on new Keter Pal? No, they don't have the Neo Keter Pal, but they don't even have the Surgion. This guy's went like anti Pal, you know? They stopped. They have the like I guess he's running like, oh, this is a PR though. Is this a recent? This seems like a recent PR too, right? So okay. Yeah, well, they got a generic at least. Moving on, we have Youthberk. So Youthberk this is from JP Youthberk. What do you have? We got the you're basically seeing this in every single deck now. Okay, every single deck is running this card. Also, you have the Surgion, right? Surgion. This is technically a generic too. And even Youthberk's doing it, dude. Even Youthberk's got it. Surgion, Galatine, Nebula Knights, boom. Oh, just hit my microphone. Yeah, like, oh. You can say that Keter is the most unoriginal nation of all time. Dragon Empire, the most powerful nation, strongest nation. Keter Sanctuary, the most unoriginal. Yeah, like that's just how life is. We have New York card fight winner at Fordham Comics is Gitsune G. No, not Gitsune G. Sorry, Sora with Youthberk. Okay, Sora with Youthberk. They embraced the Keter lifestyle. Well, technically this is like the main build that everyone has been trying in Youthberk, so you can't blame them, right? You just have the Keter pile, you have the Persona Shield, boom. You also run the original Dual Nation. You know, they were the first, but this is so generic. You can splash it in a lot of things. It's basically a free card. Like, if we look at this deck, there is basically 4 cards here that are specifically Youthberk, right? Youthberk support. This works well with like Youthberk, I guess, but the rest is just all generics. Yeah, that is Youthberk now. That is probably Keter now as well. Darken, 25-man locals with 4 rounds when undefeated with Youth. I used to play Youth religiously and put him away for years, but I didn't think I'd play him again. That's good. That's good. You see, they have embraced the pile, right? This is kind of, well, they're running this for the pile, so they embrace the pile, the generic life. That's the new Youth style, you know. That's the new Youth style. It's like fashion. It's like a fashion statement. I play Keter, which is pretty good. Like, in a way, if you have all the generics, you can play every single Keter deck, right? So you're set. Ferdius Tan, Ferdaus Tan, sorry. At Tefida Games, they played the Youthberk on the list, and they came first. So this is, yeah, you can see the strat. This is when Keter pile with the Galatine, more generics, and the support build, right? The support. Wow, Youthberk. There it is. Alfred, JP Alfred. I mean, they've got the same. This is just like. This is as generic as it gets, guys. Like, it's, I don't know. I think we're just looking at mostly the same. So you know how we say that Vanguard decks is pretty much you just put in all the support of the ride line, and then you fill in like the last 6 select slots of like whatever you choose or whatever generics you choose. Keter decks are now just like 46 cards that are generic, and then you just put in your favorite ride line. You know. Yeah, so here it is. Another one here. We have Minerva. You probably can't do that, right? You don't have space for the Sturdy Guns, because Minerva, thankfully Minerva is like one deck that seems to do very fine with its own support. It's got the traditional way of building your standard deck. But you still run the Nebula Knights order just because Nebula Knights order is good, right? Was that like polio stuff. I was like, wow, did I actually put in a polio? Wait, no, it's just Minerva. Right? It's just Minerva. Yeah, so this one was able to fill in some of it with the what's the name now? I was about to say it started with V, right? Was it? But I keep on thinking Vyrgillia. I don't know. I keep on thinking Vyrgillia now. Damn. You run the Bradgate generic that puts things back in, and you see it in chat a lot. But yeah, Minerva with like the new grade 1, the new generic, super generic Painkiller Angel. Maybe we should maybe that's what we should refer to generics. Like, normal generics, then you have the super generics, which is just like buff version of the old generics, right? You combine 2 generics together, you get the super generic. Yeah, more Nebula Knight stuff with Minerva. So I think this is basically the main build for Minerva now. Like, this is what we normally see: 4x, some of the filler slots, and then the rest is just Minerva. And then lastly here as well, yeah. So this is got the 4x of the order, and some of the slots there. So okay, cool. And then we have one Ezel from Japan as well. Ezel hasn't embraced. They stick in the Surgon, right? They stick in the Surgon. I guess, you know what's crazy is I feel like we're seeing so much of the Nebula Knights order that it's maybe more important than the Surgon. Before, when you had slots, you just stick the Surgon in there. But now when you have slots, you stick in the Nebula Knights order, you know, because it's just so good, right? And then we also have Connor the Loving Guy. They're playing. They're able to play what? What is this? Nebula Knights? Is this real Nebula Knights? Yeah, it is. So we can't say that like, oh, they're running the Nebula Knights order, because they should be running the order, right? They're actually not running Surgon, which is crazy. but it looks like, you know, a deck that can fit most of its support is less popular than a deck that just runs full-on generics. But what are these cards? Are these like those fake anime cards in Asia? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think I do have some of these, but they've got way more series now. Wow. Okay. Cool. Next we have is the story Chaos. We have one Japanese Magnolia. This is the Elder version. So we got a new grade 3, but we're just gonna go to grade 4, which is what Magnus is. Kairi, maybe not. Kairi, I think grade 3 Kairi seems pretty good. But we still see it sometimes, right? Still see it sometimes. Also one Lianorn. So Fuzzy managed to get first day with the Norn. Was trying out the Zorg arrived line, but wasn't a fan. What did he end up with? Did he do Zorg arrived? No, that's right. This is the correct one. You play the boy, and you get the tokens. So I had to pivot to build a more early aggression. Yeah, that's good. And then hope you all had a good week. I hope you have a good week too, mate. All right, the goat, and running this grade 1. This thing is just so annoying. All right, and basically carries the entire deck. I think. You know, you have the fairies. You make one fat thing, everything becomes fat. Then you restand it, and then it's crazy. So, yeah, congratulations there, Fuzzy. Good job. Vijay built a somewhat jank Claudine deck before Sunday locals and went X1. Was too lazy to move my Alvinas, so this is what we play. When you're so lazy you can't move your Alvinas. But I mean, if you rush and you kill them, that's game, right? That is what it is. So, you know, you can see the grade 0, make tokens, rush phase. As long as you have the Burrow Mushrooms, you just draw them every single time. Yeah, you just make your opponent on guard. Right? Go first and win. One Lascaria from Japan as well. So you know, it's like Lascaria, Valino. It is what it is. Yeah. Nightrose got April. When I woke up today, I didn't think this is how things would turn out. This is a max tuned Nightrose deck, right? Look, everything is hollow. Even the orders, not the orders. Even the well, this order is not. Is this the highest order again? Highest rarity? Is it? I think you can get a slightly higher one, right? Unless it's not out in English. But yeah, full on triggers as well. You got the nice energies. You got the nice generators, right? So yeah, Nightrose very, very strong. I feel like shout out to British Airways for kicking me off their flight earlier today. What? What the? Huh? Why? I heard British Airways sucks, but it's like technically not a bad tier. It's not a budget carrier, right? It's not like Ryanair, right? So, huh? What happened? What happened there? We got Carfight Vanguard Sao Paulo coming with they have a bunch of lists. They had 2 tournaments, but first was won by Arthur with a Nightrose. Second was won by another Nightrose from Lucas, but also Blangdmire came second. And here are the lists. So we have the Nightrose here as well. I think most of these Nightroses are pretty similar just because it's been out for a long time. It's a very solid build. It's got the main game plan is there and how you win. So yeah, these are basically the decks, the Nightrose decks, and then we have the Blangdmire as well. This is from what, Dear Days Blangdmire. Okay, nice. And then we also have Maelstrom. So quite a few Maelstroms this week. Was there a new PR release that made this deck good? That's whenever we see a slight increase in the number of results from it, that's the one question. Did they get a PR? Right? Did they get a PR this week? Did they? Actually, I'm not 100% sure. The PRs are now all a blur to me as well. This probably looks pretty PR-ish. I remember I did see one though. I think I did see one on one of the Tuesday streams. I have been tuning out on Tuesday streams. I'm not a huge Buddy Fight fan. I'm not gonna lie. So whenever they do the Buddy Fight reveals, I'm like, I could sleep. I could get an earlier sleep, and then because I have work the next day. Yeah, like I've been kind of. If you haven't noticed from my like uploads, I've been on a bit of a sabbatical, right? I do the top decks, but I did top decks. That's it. But then, I mean, this week I did do something else. So there's that. If you want to hear me ramble about early game formations, then there it is. I did make a video, but I'm kind of returning back to content now that everything is starting to settle down a bit. But yeah, just work has been really crazy for me. So I've been keeping up with all the PRs. Okay, I'm keeping all the PRs. There's too many PRs now. There's that. And then we have Dual Dimension Cagliari. This was won by Zeus, who was playing Maelstrom as well. But this is a weird top 4. We got Greedon. We have third place is the Liael, and then fourth was Sacrifice Glass. Yeah, Sacrifice Glass, bro. And then we have the winning list here as well. So yeah, pretty good. This is the English one, so we don't see that gray one. So that's probably the PR, right? That's probably the PR. That's how you kind of tell. If English doesn't have it, then you know that's the PR. So congrats to all the Maelstrom winners. We also have some Estacions, so this got pushed back, but Estacion does get the new generic grade 1 does work well with it, it seems. And then, you know, so it's kind of the build's kind of changed up a bit. And then another one here, right? This one's not running the grade 1. Generic could be pretty expensive. This one's similar to the older ones that we've seen, some of the older builds, with just the one ace unit. And then the other one here. So this one is running it, so you can see it. A newer build, updated build with just more generics. And yeah, here it is. Here's another one. So this one's running. This is a budget build with Dianthus instead, right? Can't afford Alvina, get a Diantha, but this does require CV, so it's a big downgrade. Also running all of the grade 3. You normally don't run the grade 3 pretty much. So yeah, a bit different. A bit different. One prison. This is a very funky looking prison deck with very funky looking oversleeves. But the prison deck is still pretty much the same. Running draws though, which is a bit, I don't know. I feel like in this day and age, if your deck has to run draws, it's such a downgrade, right? Fronts are just too important right now. Having a 20k shield. That's why I don't even want to run soul fronts. Unless you're like a deck like Messiah, which just draws so many cards that it literally doesn't matter. Having the extra 5k shield is so important, and especially in that English format where you're playing, if you're playing a Dragon Empire, you are running fronts 100% because you're going to stick it in with Defensing Roars. Right? You're going to stick it in with Defensing Roars, and your life is going to be insane. Otherwise, if you're a Bavs Saga, you get a free 20k shield all the times. And 20 plus 20 means you can get to 53, which is very strong. Like very, very strong shields. It makes you super bulky. So if you're not running fronts, not running 20k fronts, I think in this meta right now, it's hard. So I think prison you can run fronts. I think you can run fronts. So I feel like, you know, you probably don't want to run draws here. But what am I saying, right? I mean, Orfist is even running, but Orfist is a rush deck. Like it's a rush deck. So rush decks you kind of want to run draws because then you can kind of, if they damage deny, you can kind of still sustain your aggression. Especially if you're kind of a deck that can play around damage deny, so you just kind of always commit. So draws can be good there, even though like front gives an extra plus 10k. But you know, when you play the game and you play like kind of understand how each side plays, the draws work very, very well for more aggressive decks that need to sustain their hand. Avas, are we going? Yeah. Ava's running. So Ava's interesting. So this was like two soul fronts with one 20k front. But Ava can like kind of dig to get your pieces, which is pretty good. But is this real Ava? Whenever I see so many orders now, I'm kind of like, oh my god, is this a? It is real Ava, right? When you have Bat, you're just like, yeah, there's way more orders, you know. Yeah. Yeah, it's like Bat PTSD. So one Ava. There's a lot of Avas this week. Well, not a lot, but there's a decent amount of Avas. And I don't know, I mean, Ava is just always popular. Cruise. Saturday before the last one, I forgot to put the desk list, but I won a Mirai tournament with Ava. Yeah, that's right, English Ava. And the Blaster collection. Look at this Blaster sign collection. Very nice. And I think he's having an he's got another one. So he did twice. Last Saturday, my brother got top 4 at the winner box with Varga. Oh wow, okay, that's good. And these also got this, right? And I think they've got the picture of the mirror plate. Look at that. Good Mac. Very, very good. And then also we have Crush Rush, Good Games Cannington fortnightly tournament. Use Friends cooked Avalist going X1 with second place finish. That is very good. Right. Thank your friend. Thank your friend for cooking. Right. For cooking. Blue Sky, Bluesy RQM brought Ava to the Agora hobby today and got 3-0. That's good. Right. That's good. So yeah, that's all the Avas this week. We also have some D-Robos from Japan, which is interesting. They're kind of slightly different. This one is much more Dayusha focused with some Daikaiser on the side. And then the next one we're going to see is a mainly Daikaiser list. So 4x Daikaiser with Dayusha on the side. Of course, it has to be on the side, right? Because that's the Legion. So 2 different builds. I don't know which one is better. This one is going for, you know, if you run like the Dayusha line, you get the restamp. But then they're also running a 0 inside the deck to get it for Daikaiser. And then this one is running just the Daikaiser line, but no extra Dayusha, it seems. So you won't get that restamp, but you're going to keep on Legioning every turn without fail, because you're running 4x of the Legion. So I'm not 100% sure which one is the better build. We don't really see that much Dayusha or D-Robo anymore. But yeah, those are running draws though. I guess you don't really deck out because you keep on putting cards back. So yeah, okay, nice. I think Dayusha as well. Like they have a lot of cards that add extra defense, so you can kind of run this to be able to reach those cards, to hit those cards with a better defense. Like because you have the order, but then you also have a bunch of these like grade 2s and 3s that just have shield on them. So it's not like you're shield light in a way. And then a B hero. So we never really seen B heroes, even though they got their support. But yeah, there is a B hero, but running great. They're running 1 base, and then the 0-1. This is a Dayusha. So I guess use this to search your base, and then you scout more bases. But then you can get like 5 bases technically. 5. Is that a good thing? Is there a big difference then? Huh? Is having 5 bases good? I'm not 100% sure on the B heroes, but pretty strange build then. So that's a pretty strange tech, you know. And then we have some of the Lyricals. So Lyrical with the Kairi. So, you know, this is just normal. Well, not. This is grade 3 Kairi with 1 grade 4. Okay, this is from Taiwan as well. And then you have I guess the support, you're gonna run it anyway, right? You're gonna run the grade 3. Both the restand are grade 2, so it doesn't matter if the grade 4, if you're on the grade 4 or not. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. You got like Franchettes, you got the Energy Cyclers, top deck check. No Yuikas? Is that real? No Yuikas? Are we in real? Yeah, I guess there's no Yuikas, right? So I guess you're relying on just Francette on bouncing the front, and the rest is just bouncing like that. So okay, interesting. We also have another one here. This is grade 3. Yeah, just pure grade 3 build from Japan. And this one is running Yuikas. It is running Valfors. So is it Valfors? Valfear? But yeah, just kind of a lot of the generics there that are good. And then we also have a Pacifica. So yeah, there's a Pacifica. A Chris Rain as well. So 1 Chris Rain. And then also a Leisha Fail. So Leisha Fail. Actually, is how many of the, do we have the order of Chris Rain? So it's not running order, right? Oh, okay. Unless that's not, no. It's not running high 5. But yeah, this one you get 5 of them, 4 of them here. You can't run 5. Yeah, Leisha Fail. We've just Strega 2. Well, look at all these generics. Artisaria, so Cade Buckley, JJ Collectibles monthly tournament, Geraldton Locals Reborn. Our first look of it in 2 years. Yo, that's a good one, mate. That's good. First place is Lewis McIntyre with the Artisaria. Or 7 orders. Wow. Also the grade 3. This is. Oh, what is this? That's not the normal. That's not it's not an Artisaria support, right? I think that was that powerful support or something like that? But also in the Lyrical OT, okay, and running high front counts. So maybe they couldn't get the generic fronts, unfortunately. But this deck has a lot of defense. To be fair. So just get the normal front. Second place was Kane Buckley with the Morphonica. So, oh, this just came out. With, so very nice. Kane with Morphonica. Looks like a big fan. Third, Logan with Drajeweled. Oh, Drajeweled. Okay. Yo, nice. And the fourth was Kanan with the Bastion. Hey, Bastion. There we go. We have some collab decks. So JP with the Love and Berry. No berry, just love. Okay, love is back. Also some of the not Avamushka, more Mygo that we're gonna get next set. Gonna be pretty huge as well, pretty huge. And then an Avamushka one as well, which we're also getting next set. All right, that's nice. And then more Mygos, and then we have the Korokoro stuff. So this is the Bastion. This is black, right? The Bastion one. And then we also have Song from the TD Zone shop from. They're running Rewinder from the Korokoro set as well. They're running the new grade 1 that revive and gain soul. So revive and gain soul. But they have Philias. Philias gain soul, right? And yeah, and then this is from TT Zone, and second place was Junhong with Bavsagra. So able to out Bavsagra with Korokoro. Yo, okay. And then Darrow Kwan, he played in a bunch of tournaments real well, came second place. Then in Sentinel games he made top 4, and then just Agora, he went X0. So I mean, I guess, like, you know, when you think about it, Darryl's been getting a lot of value with this one love deck. He's been playing it for like, it's probably over ever since release now. So just play one deck, right? Just play this one deck. That's all you need, you know. Collab deck's so strong, right? So strong. And then we have premium. So Zio, third place with a P tournament in Argentina. Decide to try and win by making my opponent's board by striding whatever and drawing a bunch of cards and attacking a rear for 25 turns in a row. So this is, you call this the Wall Award. I remember this deck. We played, and I played this like a long time ago because Ryan Kai built something similar for Worlds a while back as well. And like, I mean, it's back then we didn't have some of these cards like the new G guards, but like we didn't have this, for example. But the idea was that you had Honolese in the back. You had the Falcons that were basically just PGs, right, at the front. So all you had to do was stall 4 attacks, and then you could, at the 5th attack, they probably didn't have a CB, so they can attack, right? And then you can put cards back. But I think what this deck was running was, there's a grade 1 from V that you can like rest like 2 cards to call out a power 5k from the drop, I think. So what you'd do is like you'd call those like 2 grade 1s, and then you'd keep on calling back your eagles. So you'd always have 2 eagles out every single turn, and then you only need to figure out how to guard like only a few attacks. So you just have to PG the biggest ones with this, and then figure out how to guard 2 attacks. And that was pretty fun, right? That was pretty fun because like even though you could stride anything, you would just keep on striding Morfessa, because at some point your opponent has to guard. Like you can, like, imagine you have like two force 2s in the front, and then with a Morfessa here, then you're all 3 crit, right? And your Vanguard's 2 crit, unless you have a force 2 on it. And like that kind of works out, because then you're damage denying them. They don't have CB to play with to make their 5th attack. So it's not the worst idea in the world. It's pretty fun. For if you're a super lane player, it's super fun. For a non-lane player, then, you know, they'll feel bad. But yeah, I feel like it's a fun deck, and it did remind me of, you know, something I was playing ages back. You don't always have to attack rear guard. At some point you can start giving like 1 damage, and then boom, they're kind of stuck in that hell of not getting any damage, and they can't attack. So yeah, it's a fun deck. It's a fun deck. So pretty cool to see it again. We got Yokai Taco with the Friday Night Vanguard at the inventory in Guam. They played Unfair Messiah. Why is it the Unfair Messiah? it's not the leader massage. You don't get the super unflip like restand 2 billion times, right? So why is it's just, it's not even a crest, right? It's unfair Messiah, huh? Messiah with full lock capability is not. It's kind of unfair. It's not too unfair, right? Everyone has like unlock capabilities now, or they just like play around you, so you just feel sad. Like one of the best decks right now is what, Grand Blue, so you can't lock anything, right? So it's not really unfair. It's more like unfair to you, you know. That's and then lastly, you have a Japanese Grand Blue. Right, Japanese Grand Blue. That's a crazy thing, and we don't have any of the restrictions, right? Well, they don't have any of the restrictions, but are they even running any of the restrictions? What was even? They probably the G guards, right? So yeah. So the G guards, that's probably it. So they get to play. Oh, they even have the yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much all the lists this week. Thanks everyone for submitting. We had a blast going through all of it. Let me know in the comments below what you all think. If you want to submit the lists, hashtag VGTopDecks, and I'll see you all next week. All right. Bye.